point?
I don't know if it's a message. I mean, I think you're disappointed whenever you sign a free agent and bring in a veteran and it didn't work out. I'm happy for Jose. He threw better in the last 3 or 4 times out. I think he'll land on his feet. But I think for us, when we sat down and made the decision, ultimately we had a lot of young guys that are playing well and competing really well and really in important leverage situations, and we wanted to stick with those guys for right now. So it's never a fun thing to have to do, but it felt like it was the right thing given how Schlitter and Ramirez and now with Stroh back and Rondon. We felt good about those guys, and we're going to go forward with those guys.
You guys were right about the makeup and what he brought to the team and the young players. Otherwise, you have to feel good about that fact, right?
You're talking about Jose?
Yeah.
He's a terrific guy. I mean, I think that makes it all the harder. He did work really hard after his early command struggles, and he's thrown more strikes lately. And it's a funny game in the bullpen. This is a guy that last year was a go-to guy for Detroit down the stretch and didn't walk anybody, and shows up this year and had trouble with the strike zone. And there's nothing more volatile than a reliever. And I hope for his sake, because he's a great guy and a good mentor, that he gets back on track.
Did you guys try to work a trade?
Well, he designated for assignment, so now we can do that right now. And I think I'm certainly hopeful that teams will call.
Jimmy, with Chris Bryant doing so well, he seems to be checking the boxes, dominating his league. When is an appropriate time to talk about moving him up 1 or 2 levels?
One or two.
There's only 2 places he can go.
Yeah, good phrasing. That was good phrasing. Yeah, it's fun to looking at his stats for the month of May, or looking at player and pitcher of the year, and it is fun to see a guy put up that kind of month. And certainly we tell every prospect to go dominate, and he's obviously doing that. I think we probably want to see it for a little bit longer. It's only been 2 months to that level, and he's been sort of skipping up through the system without really a lot of time at one level. But everything from defense to base running, to obviously what he's done offensively, he's everything we had hoped for, and hopefully he'll keep it up.
C.J. Edwards tweeted the other day he went for another MRI, but I don't know more than that tweet. Can you give us an update?
Yeah, it was positive. We're going to really ramp up his throwing progression now and get him back to getting back towards game action. Obviously, we haven't mapped out specifically exactly when he's going to pitch and where, but the MRI was good news. So I was happy for CJ and happy for us that came through clean. I know he was excited about it, and we'll start ramping him back up again.
Jared said about 2 weeks ago that the All-Star break might be a realistic target date for him to come back for CJ.
We haven't really. I was actually talking to PJ in there, starting to map out the progression. So we don't have it specifically, and we'll give you a better feel hopefully in the next few days on that.
As a draft, you guys have been very consistent in the past that you take the best player available on your chart. Is there any reason to think that's going to change this year?
No, I mean, as far as the draft portion of your questions, I'll probably be pretty boring. I think we have been really consistent that we're going to take the best player for us, and we probably will take a lot of pitching over the course of the draft. What we do at number 4, I think, is still a mystery.
Even to you guys?
Yeah. Yeah, we're very much in the process of going through it, and the only team that doesn't have can really know what they're going to do is a team at number 1. So we don't know what's going to happen in front of us. Obviously, that creates some variables. But it's been a great draft room. Jason and Matt Dory run a great draft room, and it's been a good week. And we have a couple more days before we get started.
He's been limited to just pinch hitting the last couple of days. He got hit in the hand.
Yeah, it was a positive report on it. No fractures or anything, but I think it was a sore. Kind of got hit in the palm actually, and so he's a little bit sore. He pinch hit today, and I don't know exactly what day he'll be back in the lineup, but this is not something that's serious.
Do you have anything on Fujikawa, what he might be doing?
Yeah, he threw yesterday.